Track 2. I am Scott Chicken.
And I'm Rippy Longstocking.
And we are getting ready to watch the Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls take on the Santa Cruz Derby Groms Gromshells. Currently ranked numbers 1 and 2 in reverse respectiveness, if that's a thing.
Of course it is.
Sure. Santa Cruz ranked 1 as of the April rankings. Seattle Derby Brats ranked number 2. So I will read the Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls roster. Skating today for the Galaxy Girls, number 10, Wheels of Mass Destruction. Number 1,000 is Deathina. 117, Shlomo. Number 15, Threatening Thunder. 180, Rival E. Number 20, Bella DeBrawl. Number 23, Afro Jamurai. Number 29, Anita Getcha. 333, Alexis of Evil. 411, Fist Fight. Number 66, Frank the Bunny. 722, A. Rashid. Number 789 is 7 Skate 9. Number 8, Brady O'Flyer. And 911, Annihilate Her.
And I will tell you a little bit about the Gromshells. They're 0-0. Wow, they're
very loud and very close to us.
They're really close. Okay, so now I'll tell you a little bit about the Gromshells. That's 0-0 Mini Mayhem. 101 Bruzella DeVille. Number 15 Body and Collide. 152 Mocking Jam. Number 19 Loose Cannon. Number 22 Kenny the Shark. Number 26 Lil Killa. Number 30 Cerebus. Number 53 Sugar Smacks. Number 62 Tryon. Number 72 Pain Jane. Number 80 Sunkissed. Number 90 One Hit Wanda. 91 Kitty Wales. And 99 Marinator.
Marinator. I like it. Looking at the JRDA sanctioned games, these teams since 2015 have played 4 times. Seattle Derby Brats have a 3-1 record over Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz won last year at the Wild West Showdown, the Northwest Regional. And then they met again at championships, and Seattle Derby Brats came out ahead. They also played last month, almost exactly a month ago, down in California at the SoCal Shakedown. And away we go with number 15, that's Threatening Thunder, jamming for the Galaxy Girls. And I think number 30, Cerberus, jamming for Santa Cruz. Lead jammer tag for Threatening Thunder. As the pack rolling around, Thunder bump to the outside. And Cerberus heading to the penalty box.
Ooh.
I think this is a quality spot because the coaches are right in front of us.
Right in front of us, so that we could see nothing about the track. But we can see the penalty box really well.
That we can.
We can see that it's a power jam. And you'll also see that the Galaxy girls are wearing the lovely Galaxy-ish uniforms.
Yes, they have the sparkly helmets this year. They are in white. We should have mentioned that probably.
Yes,
Galaxy girls in white, Santa Cruz in black and blue.
They have the little shiny T-backs there.
So a 5-0 jam, and Rival E with the star on the power start. As Cerberus starting off in the penalty box.
Ooh, Rival E trying to find an outside line. Gets bumped right out around turn number 1.
Rival now looking for a lane in the inside with the lowering the shoulder.
Yeah. Able to throw a shoulder. I like a jammer that can throw a shoulder.
Yes, Cerberus out of the penalty box and cutting through. Rival E calling off the jam, grabs the 4 points. Which should take us to 9-0. I'll turn around and look at the scoreboard.
Right. It's immediately behind us.
I'm going to get a great back stretch in on this. Just leaning over, looking up. It's good and healthy. Back up for Jam 3, Bruzella DeVille on the line for Santa Cruz. Threatening Thunder back out to Jam for the Galaxy Girls. And Bruzella DeVille, lead jammer. She got just as she got knocked out of bounds.
Yeah.
And wisely calls off the jam. of note, I didn't check the Santa Cruz Gromshells schedule or roster against any of the Open Division teams. Seattle Derby Brats do have 2 skaters that already played 2 games for Mob City earlier today.
Seen a lot of Derby today from 10 o'clock this morning on. Several teams. Fatigue has to be playing a role here as we get just past 8:30 local time.
That is number 66, Frank the Bunny, jamming for the Galaxy Girls, and number 30, Cerberus, with the star again for Santa Cruz, and Cerberus, lead jammer.
Yeah. Picks it out before even turn 2, but here comes Frank the Bunny, also out of the pack on an initial pass.
Penalty box currently empty, both teams full strength, and Cerberus bumped out, calls off the jam.
Looks like that was a 0-0 jam.
2 straight 0-0 jams.
We can hear the house announcers right behind us, so I like to be validated
that is good,
when I say the score.
Bella DeBrawl with the star for the Galaxy Girls, and number 62, Tryon, jamming for Santa Cruz.
Oh.
Like almost falling over. Yeah.
She was so excited to get started.
It's like just almost too much anticipation, but not quite.
She managed to hang on to it.
Other joy with track 2, that track 3 right there, and you keep hearing other whistles. I'm like, why is the jam over? It's not.
It's ours is still on. So that's True Ryan out as lead jammer for the Gromshells.
And Ryan grabs the points. 4 points, putting Santa Cruz on the board. A 5-point Galaxy Girl lead as they are held scoreless for the 3rd straight jam. And we roll back out with Threatening Thunder jamming for Seattle Derby Brats, and Bruzella DeVille. Too many people with a "duh" in their name. It's throwing me off.
That's they're just recycling Threatening Thunder on the line over and over. It seems like she's about every 2nd or 3rd jam.
But she is. Bruzella DeVille pushing at the front.
And, one last couple of hits, and she's out. Bruzella, lead jammer for the Gromshells.
Gromshells now with lead jammer. Last 4 jams, 4 out of 6. As Threatening Thunder finally emerges from the pack.
Ooh, a little pile up there on the infield. But Bruzella DeVille picks up the points, calls it off, keeps Threatening Thunder at 0.
So a 1-point game now. 9-8. Check. Yes, that is correct. All right, good. My little piece of paper is what it should be. Cerberus again with the star for Santa Cruz, and number 180 Rival E jamming for Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls. Pack slowly rolling back towards the jammer line, and Rival E almost, but not quite clear.
That's Cerberus out as lead jammer for the Gromshells.
And Rival E bumped to the infield, has to recycle back out, bumped out of bounds to the outside and rolled back to the jammer line again. Cerberus bumped out and crawls back in.
Doing a good job of hanging on to Cerberus there at the front of the pack of the Galaxy Girls, but Cerberus looking for the inside lane, gets driven to the infield.
And Cerberus calls off the jam. Did collect all 5 points, so our first lead change. As Santa Cruz now up 13-9 with 22 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first period.
And try not to laugh directly into the microphone.
It feels like the speaker is just right on top of us.
I know, it really.
But it probably isn't.
It's a 62, 66 on the line. That's to Ryan and Frank the Bunny.
And Frank the Bunny bumped out but rolls back out, and Shryan, lead jammer, Santa Cruz now has had a lead, but all but the first 2 jams of the half.
They are Galaxy Girls doing a good job of getting out of the pack as quickly as possible, but just not picking up that lead.
I think Tryon thought maybe there was a penalty called, but no. Now calls off the jam.
No.
I think Frank the Bunny able to sneak a couple
I think
of points.
she was. 3 points.
And 4 up for Tryon. So that takes us to 17-12.
Just Tryon right here at the bench, just going, I'm so sorry. Call that off.
And we've got one Galaxy Girl in the penalty box. Looks like one of each.
So even on the track. And that is Bruzella DeVille coming up the outside lane, picking up lead jammer for the Gromshells.
And Threatening Thunder right behind him giving chase, and Bruzella calling off the jam. Continuing a trend that I recall we saw when these two teams played down in California at the SoCal Shakedown last month. Santa Cruz able to get through quick on the initial pass and then being stopped in the second pass, so not collecting as many points. In this case, they're seems like choosing to just call off the jam, figuring we'll burn some clock and keep it a low-scoring game.
That works. So that's Cerberus back on the line for the Gromshells. Bella DeBra with a star for the Galaxy Girls.
And Bella DeBra bumps to the ground on the inside, has to roll back. Cerberus works around Afro Jammerai, but ends up out of bounds. Is lead jammer, however.
That's Bella DeBra out of the pack. Cerberus waiting patiently and calls it off right as Bella DeBra approaches the pack.
Good coach awareness of where's the coach and what's she telling me to do?
Yes.
She's telling me don't call it yet, don't call it yet, now.
Yes.
So with 20 minutes to go, we are another scoreless jam in, still 17-12. If my math is correct, that is 4 0-0 jams so far out of 10 in this half.
Wow. So that's Rival E back out there with the star for the Galaxy Girls and gets lead jammer.
First lead jammer for Seattle Derby Brats since jam number 2.
And that's Chair Ryan with the star for the Gromshells.
And a force out and a roll back 0-0 mini mayhem, living up to the name. But a little bit of space on the inside edge.
Yeah, just a little bit, and Rivalry takes it.
Takes it, grabs the 5 as Tryon, or Cerberus rather. No, it is Tryon. See,
yeah.
I'm like 4 jams off in my brain. Held up at the front of the pack is where I was going with that. And Rivalry emerges from behind the wall of coaches in front of the broadcast table.
The broadcast table is unfortunately replaced.
I'm tempted to go buy my own dais and just lift us up a little bit. Maybe like a scissors lift. We could go up really high. That'd be great.
That would be awesome. Oh, nice low dip there by Rival E, but also great play there by her teammate Wheels of Mass Destruction to knock the blocker out of bounds to keep her from being recycled.
So a 15-point jam for the Galaxy Girls now swings the lead back their way 27-17. And we will see who we're going to see. Oh, Bruzella DeVille, that's it.
That's Bruzella.
And Threatening Thunder. Thunder easy to spot because of the fuchsia tutu.
Yes. Oh. Wow, that was a shirt assist from the other team.
You know, if you don't get called for it, what the heck?
You know.
Sometimes.
I think she was legitimately just trying to be safe.
The no pass, no penalty to Threatening Thunder as lead jammer to Bruzella DeVille. And a little offense push from Santa Cruz. Bruzella calls off the jam with waiting 0.
0-0.
saw someone holding up a finger, but I think it was a skater going, "No, we got one."
I know. Skater insisting.
I'm sorry the refs disagree.
So it looks like the Gromshells have a little cheering section here. in the track.
Yes, they have good fans. They got they dress in coordinated outfits.
Yes.
They get cowbells.
Lots of sequins over there, blue sequins. And Cerberus comes out as lead jammer for the Gromshells.
Frank the Bunny jamming for the Galaxy Girls, caught to the back, and I believe getting called on a forearm penalty. So power jam, first power jam of the game for the Gromshells. Only the second jammer penalty of the game.
This is a real opportunity for the Gromshells. It's going to be a lot of work for them.
Pack swinging back as Cerberus knocked out of bounds and recycles back. Annihilate her, picking up a penalty and heading over to join Frank in the penalty box.
Oh, Cerberus almost out, but yeah, that was a low block, yeah. It's also hard to see the hand signals from behind our crowd.
That it is, but it's 5 points. That I saw.
Yes.
5 points for Cerberus and sliding through for another 5. As we only have, 2 blockers on the track right now for the Galaxy Girls.
Annihilate her out of the box. Trying to run a little interference there.
And I believe Frank the Bunny has taken off the helmet cover now, looking for the pivot. Pivot number 411, fist fight. But Frank now just holding on to it and running forward.
Oh, almost had it. Gets a little hip bump into the infield.
Almost, but not quite.
I know.
Time ticking down, 17 seconds to go in the jam. Cerberus pushing against the tripod at the front.
She's taking a look at her bench. This is a big tripod, she's saying. They're really hanging on to me.
And they're like, yeah, jam's
Keep
gonna end.
going.
Just keep
Yeah,
keep running.
Going.
Star pass
So, yeah.
finally complete to fist fight,
Right.
and 4 points more for Cerberus.
Timeout called by Galaxy Girls.
Make that a third. I'm seeing 15 on the board. Oh, she had her hand sideways. That's why I couldn't see the 5. So we're now 32 to 30 with a 2-point lead for Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz will relax during the timeout.
And that'll give me a time to tell you to experience world-class edging with the Radar Halo. Available in a full range of hardnesses. That felt weird to say.
It does
in
seem
English.
weird to say, but yet there
From
it is.
84A all the way up to 103A. There is a Halo for everyone.
There is. Even those of us who don't skate. You can just
It's
like
true.
set it on a
I
shelf.
just
Look at it.
constantly
Enjoy.
carry a Halo.
You never know when you might need a wheel.
So the each week they can be found in red boxes in over 800 locations.
It is really great for this, in events like this, just to have all these vendors on hand. So if you break something, no problem.
They'll fix it. That's
got
very
it.
true. Hopefully, none of these skaters will break anything during this game.
I've seen a couple of pieces of equipment fly off during my games today.
All right, that is number 20, Bella de Brawl jamming for the Galaxy Girls. Number 62, Tryon for the Gromshells. Bella trying to push up the outside, now caught again by the Quadraforce blocking blob at the back.
It is a blob. That was a
It
wonderful
was
description.
just, it's not a tripod. It's just sort of a blob, and a very effective one.
And that Lil Killa looks like was sort of leading the charge there to push everybody out. She just picked up the blob and pushed Bella Brawl out.
Little offensive assistance on the Galaxy Girls side. Breaks Bella free, so lead jammer for the Galaxy Girls for the 4th time of this half. And Bella now pushing at the back as the Galaxy Girls tripod in the front holding on to Tryon.
Gromshells sticking with like the cube formation, like really sticking with 4 blockers in their wall.
Tryon finally breaks free, working out of the outside of the tripod, and Bella DeBrawl calls off the jam. How many fingers will she get? 2.
2.
And that will give us a tie game at 32 apiece.
Wow.
13 and a half minutes to go, and we're at 32-32. A little bit of defense going on in this game. Just a little bit.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It looks like you can correct me if you can see more on that side, but it looks to me like the Galaxy girls are sticking with the tripod, and the Gromshells are really hanging with a cube. It's like they have everybody bracing everybody at the same time.
Yeah, that sounds like what I'm seeing when I can see through the coaches.
Right. When you can see it, that's what it looks like.
Yes. Bruzella DeVille pushing through lead jammer Gromshells, threatening Thunder with the star for the Galaxy girls. Thunder hopping over a leg to break free as the pack's speeding up. And the Galaxy girls ready for Bruzella to show up. And Bruzella calls off the jam.
Was threatening Thunder able to get through? No.
No.
But
went for the jump. Did
really
not
valiant
land.
attempt.
All right, I must have missed some points in the last jam because now it's 39-32.
It's okay. I'm really impressed that you're keeping
trying.
track of that and also keeping track of what's happening on the track.
We're trying.
Super impressive.
Cerberus with the star starting off on defense.
Oh,
As we have 2 blockers in the penalty box and soon to be 1 jammer in the penalty box as Rival E picks up the cut track.
oh! I'm telling you, Lil Killa needs to be on everybody's list for MVP blocker. Holy Toledo, that was a big hit.
Cerberus rolling through, and Lil Killa again, as you mentioned, taking some offensive blocking to it, and 5 points up for the Santa Cruz Derby ground.
Looks like Rival E is standing in the box.
1 blocker in the penalty box for Santa Cruz. And just when you had the window, then the coach steps right in.
I know, right? I was looking at a really nice tripod in one, and then I did not see anything.
So if we're not describing the action that you're seeing right now at the top of turn 4,
You
it's because
probably
we can't see it.
can see it better than we can.
Yes, you
oh
can.
no! And Cerberus picks up a penalty reversal.
Was that the out of play hit? Is that what that was? Like
Initiating
contact too far away from the pack?
I just couldn't see it. There
that
was a penalty.
They were chopping
okay,
away.
they were chopping.
There was some chopping going on, and now there's 3 points up for Rival E with the make it 4 with the no pass, no penalty. So currently 5-4 on the jam. Rival E takes a heavy shoulder from Lil Killa, but a little extra forearm thrown into that shoulder.
Look like such big hits. There are going to be some bruises.
Yes, there will. Gromshells a very tall team.
Yeah. I was noticing that as we were coming to the booth here. They're really tall women.
They are. So jam comes to a close. 5 points up for Rival E on that last pass. Crane the neck around it, looks like 10-9. So 49-41, Gromshells in the lead.
If you're just tuning in to track 2, you will see the Santa Cruz Derby Groms Gromshells in black. That's Tryon with the star. And the Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls in white for 11. That's Fist Fight with the star for the Galaxy Girls.
Fist Fight jamming for the first time today. It's been pivot several times, but at least the first time in this game. I don't know. She's one of the ones that plays for Mob City as well. Might have jammed for them. I don't know. I didn't watch both of their games.
When there are 3 tracks, it's really hard to catch all the games.
Exactly.
It just is.
Especially when you're working some of them and not others.
Right.
Fist Fight finally named lead jammer after 3/4 of a lap.
almost back at the jammer line.
And fist fight goes airborne, lands it in. Excellent hop of the corner.
Yeah, and just land it solid.
And this time,
spin move.
a little pirouette. Got the foot out, but no run back, so illegal to step back in. Meanwhile, Afro Jammerai picking up a penalty as Tryon still working on the initial pass. Now passes it over to Lil Killa. Star pass complete, and fist fight calls off the jam.
Haha. Lil Killa. Lil Killa's just going to go back out again. She's like,
What the heck?
I'm just going to go again. It's fine.
So 8 minutes to go in the half, and we have a 51-49 lead for the Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls, and a timeout called by Santa Cruz. Hey, don't forget to use the hashtag BigO2018 in all your tournament posts this weekend. That is the official hashtag of the tournament this year, as announced by the International Authority on Hashtags, the IAH. You don't want to get in trouble with them, so
no way.
Hashtag BigO2018. And you can track other people's pictures and whatnot. I keep getting reminded on Facebook that people are posting about the event.
Yes, they are.
That's great. What are they posting? Oh, look, they're saying I'm here.
I am here. Yes. Also, feel free to share, pictures of your furry babies.
Yes.
Or any great snacks that you happen to be enjoying, so we can be jealous.
Snacks. Yeah. Snacks and the puppy photos, watching the Big O
I know.
from the couch. Good times. So with the timeout, Galaxy Girls with a jammer switcheroo, sending out Threatening Thunder. Bella DeBraw had been set, but not anymore. And number 101, Bruzella DeVille, set to jam for Santa Cruz. Back all the way up at the pivot line. And then just as I say that, they decide to roll it back. What the heck?
Right.
Galaxy Girls one blocker shy in the pack and spreading out in wheels, cutting left and right.
Yes.
And now, what was that? A cut track.
Look, cut track.
So power jam for Bruzella DeVille. 2-point lead prior to the power jam for the Galaxy Girls.
Power jam and lead.
And that is a 5-point run as blocker for Santa Cruz heads to the penalty box. Bruzella DeVille in on a second scoring run. And called for the eyeball.
No, that's so disappointing.
That is not what you want in the power jam, is to then
with lead
slop
also.
it off.
Yeah. So this jam will go for the full remaining time.
Threatening Thunder out of the box and now through as the Galaxy Girls lining up, holding things, waiting, and now rolling forward. Santa Cruz staying ahead as the offensive blocking attempting to catch people off. The foot stays in bounds.
She did a great job there. Just finding away on the outside of that pack there. Looks like the Galaxy Girls are trying to goat Bonnie and Collide there. Bonnie and Collide is trying to work her way through those blockers.
So a 5 and a 4 as Bruzella DeVille out of the penalty box and through for the 4 points. Threatening Thunder engaging first while Bruzella was still in the penalty box. This time the hop from Thunder lands out of bounds and she recycles back.
Gromshells are without their fourth for the cube. And that jam comes to a close.
14-13 takes us to 65-62.
So
5.5 minutes to go in the first period. And now we have Bella DeBraw out to jam for Seattle Derby Brats against number 30, Cerberus.
65 for the Galaxy Girls.
Cerberus done a good job so far this half as jammer for the Gromshells, but it is Bella DeBraw that's out first for the Galaxy Girls, lead jammer.
Cerberus looking to the rolling to the front, but recaptured. Started as a tripod, now a bipod? I guess that would be. 2 skaters at the front.
Bipod, I like it.
And through with 5 points. Bella DeBraw calls off the jam.
So we got a 5-point grab for the Galaxy Girls.
Takes us an 8-point lead, 62 to 70.
These are the games we've had a handful of tight games today. Great games.
Number 180, Rival E, jamming next for the Galaxy Girls. Number 62, Tryon, with the star for the Gromshells. And an empty penalty box. Is that a curse when broadcast says it, or is it just in the house?
I hope it's just at the house.
The noise that fans will make.
And bump to the inside infield, Rival E. Now looking on the outside as Tryon pushing to the front.
Pushing, yeah.
And finally breaks out.
They have to let her go. She stretched out the pack just enough so that everybody had to let her go.
And this time jumping, but lands the foot just out of bounds. That was like a. What is that jump where you go? Is that an axle where you go off facing forward and end up landing backwards? One of the two.
I don't know what that's called, but it was gorgeous. Yes.
And Tryon is now through for 5 points. As Rival E still held up by the Gromshells defense.
That's another 5 for Tryon.
And Rival E forced to the outside and rolled back again. Galaxy Girls awaiting the return of Tryon at the front.
Shlomo out of the box now, back on the track to help with that tripod in 1. Rival E got knocked out of bounds, and you could see on her face how frustrated. She was almost through.
She was getting close now. I think probably preparing to take off the.
Oh, I think it happened.
Yep,
so
passes
fast.
off to 7 skate 9.
That was so fast. She did such a good job whipping that star off her head and passing it to the pivot.
And the whistles from the other track blow.
I know.
And 7's like, oh, was that us? Oh no, it's not. Okay,
No,
I'll keep
it's
going.
not. It's they're quite loud from over
Yes.
here, but
Trying to get held up now by all 4 of the Galaxy Girls as Rival E joins in on the blocking and finally calls off the jam.
Those are our 4 whistles.
So 4 points on that pass for the Derby Groms. So a 19 total jam, 19 points total. 81-72.
We're at 2 minutes left in this half.
Super tight.
Yeah.
Make it happen. This is the only game I'm going this weekend.
Frank the Bunny jamming against Rosella DeVille.
Telling you, the junior games I've seen today have been some of the best ones I've seen today. They're just really good, really evenly matched.
Yep, this is the first female division game of the tournament. And also the day, they'll have a little more action tomorrow. I know the Galaxy Girls play twice, and I believe the Gromshells will play once tomorrow.
Both jammers really close.
Yes, Frank the Bunny lead. And the Groms setting up at the back. Frank taps the hips, calling off the jam. The 1-0 jam.
That was a hard-earned 1 point.
It was. And it only burned 52 seconds off the clock or so as we're ticking down just under a minute to go in the half. Threatening Thunder jamming for the Galaxy Girls. Number 30, Cerberus, with the star for the Gromshells.
Both jammers have done a good job so far this half for their teams. Got some fans making some noise, but it's Cerberus on the outside. She makes it out as lead jammer.
Just found enough room on that outside edge to get past the last line of defense blocker on the Galaxy Girls side. Threatening Thunder clear with the no pass, no penalty. Not an issue because lead jam wasn't in play. 3 points for the Gromshells.
None for the Galaxy Girls on that go-round. Threatening Thunder unable to make it back through the pack.
And time ticking down. Let's see if we get the next jam off or if we just roll into halftime. We're going to just roll into halftime.
Just going to roll.
Think. There's our whistle. I'm like, the
There
clock
we go.
is stopped. What the heck? There should be a whistle, shouldn't there? All right, so a hard-fought first half.
Yes.
Takes us to 84 Santa Cruz Dirty Groms, 73 Galaxy Girls. I'm exhausted, and we've got 30 more minutes of this. I can't imagine how these kids feel.
Right.
It's good that they're like, many years younger than I am.
Yes, I would be held together with duct tape at this point.
Exactly. So we will take 10 minutes off. You can go refresh your beverages.
Get yourself comfortable. Pop some more popcorn.
Yes, indeed. I'm Scott Chicken.
And I'm Rippy Longstocking.
And we'll be back in like 8 minutes.
Yes.
Got to peek in at the score of the Victoria-Denver game. Victoria winning with like 4 minutes to go.
I was looking over at the men's game. I took a little peek at Victoria.
Nice thing about the Big O if you've never been. 3 tracks, no waiting. Just go look in everywhere.
Slip over there. Take a look at the scores.
Surprisingly, no change in the score at halftime. Still 84.
What?
I know. 84-73, 11-point lead for Santa Cruz. What's our penalty story?
Penalty story is interesting because the Galaxy Girls only have 1 skater with 2 penalties. Everybody else clean under 2. For the Gromshells, Bonnie and Collide, number 15, sitting on 4 penalties. That's the only skater that has that many, but clearly the Galaxy Girls are spreading out their penalties. If not earning fewer, then at least they're spreading them out to different players so they don't have quite as many worries right now, although both teams certainly want to play clean.
All right. We will start off with Threatening Thunder jamming against Cerberus. I did not total up how many points each jammer had, so I will tell you that they both jammed a bunch in the first half.
Jammed a lot. Kenny the Shark lining up right in front of her jammer.
Ooh, sort of
She's going to run a little interference there.
A little fullback football maneuver there.
Yeah, it did not work out for them. Threatening Thunder taking the lead jammer.
Almost worked better for her Threatening Thunder because she had 2 people to follow through.
Right.
And Thunder now in on the scoring pass as Cerberus hung up at the front of the pack. Thunder just accelerates past. Minnie Mayhem trying
I know.
super hard.
Minnie Mayhem, I thought she had her, but just barely missed. That's Alpha, right, hanging on to Cerberus there, doing a great job, staying in front. Oh, Threatening Thunder, picking up a cut track.
On the second scoring pass, so Cerberus now on the scoring pass and a full 2-minute jam.
Cerberus taking the full body there to the infield.
And it looks like Fist Fight picking up a penalty as well, so 3 blockers on the track. Cerberus checks the foot. Yes, drags the toe inbounds, not out, so 5 points there. Evens us up at 5 apiece.
You can see the Gromshells setting up to run a little offensive interference. That was hard to say.
That was. It's a tricky sentence.
It was. And Cerberus uses it to her advantage. She's out for 5, but here comes Threatening Thunder. Pops up out of the box, slips right through the pack, picks up 4.
Galaxy Girls also playing a little offense as Thunder was coming out of the penalty box. Run back by Minnie Mayhem, but not quite far enough.
Threatening Thunder is so fast. She can change directions really quickly, keeping everybody on their toes out there.
She is. She did catch a bit of a leg, but no call made. And another hip for Minnie Mayhem out.
I'm telling you, that tripod at the front of this pack was hanging on to Cerberus, not letting her move a bit. They had her they had her locked into a pocket. She was not able to move left or right.
So 14-13 jam win for the Gromshells takes them to 98. Galaxy Girls now 86.
that's Bruzella DeVille with the star for the Gromshells. Sorry for whistling into the mic. And that was Rival E with the star for the Galaxy Girls.
Rival jumping left and right and just runs right into Mocking Jam. She thought that there was an open lane, but no, Mocking Jam in the way.
There was a Mocking Jam there.
Yes. And now at the front, no back called.
And lead.
Stepping back to bridge and Wheels mass destruction. Like, no, I'm not going to let go. Okay, now I'll let go.
Yeah.
And a cut track penalty on Rival E. So power jam again for the Gromshells, and quickly cutting through the track for 5, Bruzella DeVille.
Getting a lot of support there from the crowd in the stands.
A lot of ringing of cowbells.
Wow, that looks like this. The Galaxy girls are trying a little of that cube defense out there. But as I mentioned, Lil Killa.
Killa having none of it.
She's not Lil anything.
No. Not so little, definitely a Killa.
Killa, yes. And really sort of the I guess, lead of that tripod, directing everybody.
Indeed, and Rival E had gotten free. Bruzella DeVille calls off the jam.
Bruzella had a few good runs there and just ran into the pack and was like, I'm good. That was a good jam. I'll stop now.
All right. 12-0 on that jam for the Gromshells, and the Galaxy girls will call a timeout. Experience some unmatched stability and response in a simplified, revolutionary design. The Powerdyne Arius Platinum Performance Redefined. Thank you to Rydell for sponsoring the Big O.
Yes. Really do appreciate our sponsors because they allow us to do this thing that we really enjoy.
That they do. And we do. And hopefully you enjoy watching it.
And listening.
Yes, indeed. Well, I see Denver skaters rolling by, so that game must be over. And fans streaming in from track 1.
Yeah.
As the team's gathering, the Gromshells in a huddle up at the pivot line. Galaxy girls all gathered by the bench. The rest of the Gromshells over at their bench. 25.5 minutes to go in the game. 110-86.
And there is that adorable puppy.
Oh, yes. That is an adorable puppy. If only we could control the camera and zoom in on that adorable puppy, but we can't.
So sweet. As we said, if you want to tweet your furry baby, we would love to see it. That's hashtag capital B, big, capital O, 2018.
The 2018 doesn't have to be capital or really spelled out.
It really, yeah, it doesn't have to be spelled out.
Tryon jamming for the Gromshells. Bella DeBrawl jamming for the Galaxy girls. Penalty box emptying out, but Tryon is through. Lead jammer. And the Gromshells with 2 10-point plus jams back to back as Bella DeBrawl bumped out of bounds. And Tryon finally works out the front.
That looked like 7 skate 9 trying to hang on her right.
It did. 4 points up for the Groms on that run as Bella DeBrawl finally clears the pack. Tryon rolled back, calls off the jam.
3 extra points for Tryon.
Yes, collecting 2 plus the ghost point in the penalty box. And an adjustment to the first pass as well. I think going to a 5 and a 3. Takes us to 8 total, 119. There must have been an extra point in that last jam as well.
Uh-oh, the crowd's getting into it.
That's what we want the crowd to do, right?
Yes.
Hopefully you're cheering at home as well.
Yes. That's Frank the Bunny with the star for the Galaxy girls in Cerberus.
And Frank the Bunny cuts the track. Ooh. Bumped on that run through, stepped out of bounds, did not roll back out. So power jam again, third power jam for the Gromshells.
If Cerberus can work past, that looks like fist fight, right?
Yep.
If she can get past there, she can get lead jammer, and they hang on a little too long. She, you can see her face as she comes out like, wow. That was almost a full lap.
Almost. And Amilate her picking up a penalty on that, presumably for the failure to reform. 5 points up for Cerberus.
So Kenny the Shark there running up, helping out with a little offense, opening up a lane for Cerberus.
Frank the Bunny out of the penalty box, but trapped at the back with the tripod defense.
Cerberus struggling here again with fist fight. Fist fight just not giving up on her.
No, and Cerberus decided to just continue rolling back.
Yeah, just roll back here.
Just why not? Bradio Flyer with the knockout there, and this time Cerberus room on the inside checks it. Yeah, I'm still legal.
Her legs are jelly, so she just has to look and double check.
4 points on that pass. And I believe a star pass now on the Galaxy Girls side. I think that Fist Fight has the star in hand. She's all caught up in other people. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, it's in the hand. It's hanging on.
Lots of dancing there. Fist Fight does make it back on.
And jam is called off.
Cerberus holding on to her sides. She has given a lot of effort out here on the track. She has jammed, if not every other jam, then every third jam.
Very close. So a 14-point jam takes the Gromshells to 133. Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls 86. Threatening Thunder jamming against 101 Bruzella DeVille.
Oh, Threatening Thunder picks up a track cut.
That is now the fourth power jam for the Gromshells out of 5 jams. Oh, but look, here comes another cut track for Bruzella DeVille. So this one will be short-lived and then a 2-minute jam. So neither jam are able to really take advantage of the power jam situation.
And that all happened right up there at the top apex.
And then we're all just going to run really fast. As 2 blockers.
2 blockers. Oh, she cut. Yeah.
I'm like, Thunder, your foot went out of bounds there. Even from the side, we could see that. And
we're on broadcast, we can say that.
Yes, we can. And there you go. So power jam now for Bruzella DeVille. As the Galaxy Girls back spread out a bit, bridging forward, and Bruzella is clear.
Picking up 5.
We're down under a minute of jam time remaining. Threatening Thunder now standing, so a 10 seconds.
That was a nice little spin move there. It was a very slow and then a fast move right at the end to pull her out of the pack. Bruzella picking up 5. Oh.
Shoulder contact on Afro Jamurai. But 5 points up for Bruzella DeVille as Threatening Thunder out of the penalty box and bumped to the outside again before rolling back.
Minnie Mayhem doing a lot of work out there. Just want to call attention to her. Blocking people, knocking them off, taking one last swing, playing the pivot.
And Thunder back to the penalty box for a 4-on-3 penalties in the jam for Threatening Thunder. And 4 total in the half.
So maybe it is an announcer's curse that I said they were doing a good job with penalties.
And spreading things out.
Maybe the announcer's curse lasts for whichever mic you're on.
It could be. Could be. So, power start for Tryon. With a 3-on-4 pack advantage for the Galaxy Girls. Tryon looking to the inside as the Gromshells trying to mix things up and break apart that pack.
Yeah, and trying to hang on to that looks like Wheels of Mass Destruction in the back there. Unfortunately, Tryon gets recycled back and runs right into Wheels.
That she does. Thunder now standing as Kenny the Shark released first, threatening Thunder coming out quickly behind as they both sat to start jam. Thunder forced to the inside, now has the star off the helmet.
Will Aquila with a swing there was a big hit, but picks up a penalty. Short of the penalty box.
And a lead jammer given to number 62, Tryon. Which Thunder with the star off the helmet anyway, wasn't going to pick up lead. She passes it off to Fist Fight.
Fist Fight, also another great player out on the track this evening. Great pivot, great blocker. And doing things like that. Sweeping on into the inside, picking up 4 points
for Fist Fight.
4 points for Fist Fight.
3 for Tryon. So that takes us to 158-90. As Santa Cruz was pulling away. Oh, looks like we had a double jammer on the track for a second there before the star came flying back towards the bench.
That is Rival E with a star for Galaxy Girls and picks up lead. Cerberus with the star for the Gromshells. Cerberus struggling now. I really feel like fatigue is playing a role for her.
She has been pushing a lot against the sled.
Those legs have got to be jelly.
Yep, Rival E calls off the jam after getting bumped out. It's like, is that 3 or 4? I think that's a 3.
I also think that is a 3.
Oh, but the scorekeeper disagrees and says that it's 4.
It's 4 for the Gromshells, 3 for Galaxy Girls. Oh, yep, 3.
The scoreboard getting adjusted, maybe. It's still currently showing 4 and 4.
And I think we got it fixed.
All right.
Okay.
We're having a timeout. This appears to be a team timeout for the Gromshells because their little light bulb is blinking. I'd like to mention that WFTDA tournaments provide everyone who loves roller derby an opportunity to witness the most anticipated matchups of the year. Get all the information on the 2018 International WFTDA playoffs and championships at WFTDA.com/tournaments. Tournament season coming up.
Yes.
Just around the corner.
Or pretty much any other derby retailer to get your fresh Sisu guard, mouth guard.
So with the 4-3 jam, we're sitting 162-93. Gromshells in the lead. 16 and a half minutes to go in the game. And Fist Fight with the star on the line for the Galaxy Girls. Second time jamming to start. Starting as jammer. That's the words I'm trying to put together in my mouth. And she is against number 101, Bruzella DeVille.
This is really sweet. What's happening in front of us. Frank the Bunny's getting a little pep talk from the coach. It's warming my heart.
Both of these teams very engaged in beating the other team. And so it's always hard for either team to win and or lose. So meanwhile, Bruzella DeVille, lead jammer.
Oh.
Fist Fight hops the corner, but and stays ahead.
So Bruzella looks like she's just going to run a little.
Yep. It's like, we'll work it. Not wanting to race to pick up the extra lap point and possibly give up points on her own. Takes the 4-0 run. So as we're down, approaching the 15-minute mark, 166-93, threatening Thunder with the star. for the Galaxy girls, and number 62 trying.
Kenny the Shark trying a little bit of a different tact here, coming in from the opposite side, but threatening Thunder just finds that outside lane. Is through quickly before turn 1, out as lead jammer.
Now Thunder had that mighty 3 penalty jam.
Yeah.
The last time she was jamming. We'll no doubt be focusing more on where are the feet and where are the other skaters. And now caught up at the back, the tripod as Afro Jamurai moves in to provide a little offense.
Afro's like, I will take apart this tripod.
Thunder calls off the jam, 3 points up. Takes the Galaxy girls to 96. Holds the Gromshells scoreless.
Leads to a 3-0 jam in favor of the Galaxy girls.
And we're back with Cerberus jamming against Rival E, and again, Kenny the Shark. Right, or Lil Killer rather there, in the lead blocker position.
Let's see what happens with Lil Killer going in to break up that tripod. She's so aggressive and so strong.
I think several blockers looking for a penalty on that, but nothing called. It was a legal hit. Therefore, we'll just regroup and continue playing.
Rival E is struggling. Every time she gets past one of the Gromshells, another one just appears. And there's Cerberus out as lead jammer for the Gromshells.
Rival E now star in hand. Looking for somewhere to go as Cerberus back engaged with the pack.
Oh, Cerberus just tiptoes around through the inside. It's hard for us to see from this angle. I was concerned about a track cut there, but the jam ref says no, she's fine.
Brady O'Flyer picking up a penalty and heading to the penalty box, thinning out the Galaxy girls pack down to 3 as Cerberus through for another 5 points.
Star off the hand of, in the hand rather, of Rival E. Ooh, Cerberus taking a spill there.
Yeah, spinning around and landing a little awkwardly, but back up and rolling. As once again, Lil Killer there to break things up.
Just bodily. She's just going to throw her body in there.
And Rival E hopping through, feet still in bounds, completes that initial pass.
Annihilate her. That was a big hit there. That's painful.
Yeah, getting a bit of a bump.
Yeah.
So a 15-0 run. Gromshells now 181 to 96.
Total score right now to 181-96.
Just over 12 minutes to go in the second half of this last game at track 2.
Brizella DeVille with the star for the Gromshells. Fist fight jamming for the Galaxy girls. And Brizella around the outside, lead jammer. Oh, an illegal procedure because Fist Fight's number has worn off.
That's so disappointing.
That is.
Just a lot of sweat. Coach has got a marker in her hand, ready to go.
And a penalty called, sending Brizella DeVille to the penalty box, but an injured Galaxy girl skater on the track.
So the EMTs will head on over. Everybody taking a knee.
EMT's losing some things out of the backpack, actually, but that's right. Someone's collected them. Didn't see which. Trying to say. Oh, I think that's 7 skate 9.
Yeah.
She's sort of bridging up.
She's kind of pointing to her tailbone, and that is a very, very hard place to land.
Yes.
So hope that she gets up and
indeed
moves around. Seen a couple people fall in that area this evening.
The tracks, you know, I've heard that the varying different sport courts in here are different slipperinesses, and obviously these two teams' first games of the day. So that's not necessarily the factor, but yeah, there have been a lot of kind of ghost blocker falls, and in this case, it was standard contact of the game.
I know your tailbone is just out there.
Out there waiting to get bruised.
No padding at all.
While our fine medical crew is working, we will thank them once again and all the volunteers here at the Big O that make things go, from the officials, the announcer crew, the tons of local volunteers that just come out to help, everything from collecting the trash and the recycling to stocking the vendor booths and, in this case, helping out with medical.
And this morning, maybe you were here at Chicken when they did this. One of the tracks was 3 feet off. Were you here when that happened?
I was not here for the track is 3 feet off.
So the track was 3 feet too close to the other track, and so it was like an army of people came in here and moved the track 3 feet.
You gotta line these things up right.
Yep.
There's the rules of how wide the ref lane can be and so forth.
And how far spectators have to be away from the action. We don't want any skaters inadvertently flying into people.
No, that's never a good thing.
No. So, it was a whole volunteer group of people that maybe 100 people just came in here and moved a track. It was kind of inspiring.
Did it involve jumping? I helped set up a track once, and it was off just slightly, and so they just had everyone stand on it and then jump forward and land and sort of scooch it over. It was cathartic, but also very funny.
Yeah, I thought I saw them actually pick it up.
Oh,
It's
well,
on
that
the
could
sport
work too.
court, so they could just kind of pick it up. But still not easy. Still took a lot of people making sure the dimensions were right when they got it to where it was supposed to be.
So looking ahead to tomorrow, as this is the last game of the day, and I think the last game going on is on track 3. We've got a final score over there. Tomorrow, these teams will play. The Seattle Derby Brats play twice. They will play in the 12:30 game against Angel City right here on track 2, and they also play in the 8:30 game against Rose City. And Santa Cruz will take on Angel City at 6 p.m. on track 3. But everything gets going at 10 o'clock in the morning with the junior game Mob City versus Emerald City on track 3 and the WFTDA game of Bear City versus Sacramento on track 1.
I just highly recommend you visit the Big O event Facebook page so you can print out your own schedule there. There are so many things happening here in this venue that it's just nice to have a printed schedule there.
Definitely. That's why I had to buy the program. I'm like, I have this one on my phone, but it's just not working. I need to be able to look and see what's going on.
Even looking at the schedules for the different volunteers, it's just on your phone is not good enough. It needs to be a big poster size printout, which we do have.
Yes, fortunately, the event venue, they've got big old printed out versions.
So if you are tuning in because the other tracks have finished their games, this is Santa Cruz Derby Groms, Gromshells, and Seattle Derby Brats, Galaxy Girls.
And 7 skate, 9 skates off, but standing.
Yeah.
And moving around under her own power, so that's good. We didn't have to bring out the wheelchair, which we have seen a couple of times.
We have seen the wheelchair.
She is sort of
but
grabbing the back and...
Yeah. That is a terrible place to land.
Yes.
And so she may be out for this one, I am guessing. But she does have a smile on her face, and that makes us feel good.
Yep, she's out for at least the 3 jams, but with the skates off, guessing a little longer. They're also collecting the pivot cover, which is probably for the best as well. All right, 11 minutes, 44 seconds to go. 183 to 96. Gromshells pulled away heavily early in this half, helped by 6 jammer penalties for the Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls in the first 5 jams. That's a lot of penalties.
It is.
It's more than you want generally.
It is a lot more than you want.
And we've got the double jammer penalty. That's right. I forgot as Brazilla DeVille went to the penalty box, I didn't catch what the penalty was. Fistfight presumably has gotten her numbers rewritten on her arm.
Yes, that happened during our little break. So she has fresh numbers.
And has had a nice little sit-down and breather.
And shows. Pops right out of the penalty box, picks up lead jammer. And that's Cerberus with the star for the Gromshells.
Also released relatively quickly, as that last jam didn't go very long, but Cerberus is on the initial pass. Fistfight rolls through, completing the first scoring pass. A 4-point run.
Cerberus also out of the pack on the initial pass. Oh,
Fistfight going for the jump.
didn't
Landed it out of bounds.
Land it. Yeah, there we go.
Rolls back behind the pack. The coach is not calling for the call off. Cerberus through.
Even at 5.
5-point grab for Santa Cruz.
Interesting. All right, 5 points for Cerberus, 4 points for Fistfight. So an 8-5 jam currently.
Fistfight holding her hip there as she came out. Maybe that apex jump was a little more rattling to her than she had hoped.
Could be. Cerberus tied up at the back now, and Fistfight
Oh,
swinging around
nice little
backwards.
move there.
Grabs the 5 that time.
There was just enough space on the outside there for Fistfight to have one skate through. She took it. It's quite beautiful.
Oh, not able to complete the spin this time. Calls off the jam.
They were ready for it this time.
That they were a 17-9 jam takes us to 192 Santa Cruz, 117 Seattle Derby Brats. Let's make that 21.
That was one of their strongest runs, right?
That was, I think, yeah.
Make that an 8-point jam for the Groms.
Under 9.5 minutes left in the second
Yes.
half.
We did adjust the Gromshells score down to 8, so it was a 4 and a 4, not a 5 and a 4. And threatening thunder with the star for the Galaxy Girls.
And that's T. Ryan with the star for the Gromshells. Oh,
Thunder bumped out one more time.
wow.
Threatening thunder with 4 penalties in this half.
The big hit there by Mockingjam.
And the bridge at the front now, bridged by both teams practically, as Thunder again rolled back, trying shoving at the front.
That pack getting stretched out, and they have to let T. Ryan go. T. Ryan's out.
Thunder picking up the misconduct and the forearm. I think
Yeah.
that's a double.
So that
At the same time as threatening thunder goes to the penalty box.
she picked a 3.
So that's that may be 6 if that's 2. Yes, I'm seeing the finger from one of the officials. So that is Thunder's 6th penalty.
Wow.
Now 3-on-2 pack advantage for the Galaxy Girls.
Oh,
As Tryon.
nice move there by Tryon. Oh, Galaxy Girl's able to get right back in front of her, but she finds a way through.
So 10 total on the jam to this point for the Gromshells, as Thunder out of the penalty box and through. And 00 Mini Mayhem heads to the box for the Gromshells. Thunder breaks through with 4 points.
Mockingjam slides in on the side there, trying to help out that tripod. I'm not sure about threatening thunder there. She's got 6 or 5.
So either way, 12-4 jam, 203 Santa Cruz, 121 Galaxy Girls, 7 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the game.
Oh, look at this. We got Lil Killa with the star. Seems like the crowd approves.
The crowd is asking the Gromshells to go.
I think that they do.
Oh, but it's Rival E finding the inside lane, and out is lead jammer.
Little Killer pushes through the front, half a lap behind, grabs lead. Rival checks at the bench, and Coach Luna says, just keep on skating.
Yeah.
We got probably people in the penalty box, I'm guessing.
You know, it's funny. In the first half, the coaches stood right here in front of us, but in the second half, the players are between us
Yeah.
and the penalty box.
Exactly.
I
It's
cannot
like
see the penalty box at all.
they're hanging out.
Lil Killa through the pack for 4.
Rival E calls off the jam after grabbing 4 as well. An 8-4 run. 129-207. And fist fight back out to jam against Cerberus.
Every single point has been earned with
That's one hit Wanda out there going to do the little offensive play there.
teamwork.
And fist fight trying to follow it through. Cuts across the middle, lead jammer.
Yeah. You know, that little setup has not been as successful as they might have hoped.
Yeah, it's worked well a couple of times, but other times
But,
the
yeah.
Galaxy Girls able to follow it through or otherwise sneak through with lead.
They see it happening, and they just duck behind there and get through the lane. And on that pass, Cerberus was able to pick up 4. And here comes fist fight.
And fist fight calls off the jam. 2:11-133, 5 minutes to go in the game. And Bella DeBrawl back out to jam against Tryon.
Just under 5 minutes to roll. 2:11.
The Gromshell fans cheering away.
I know. They
Both
brought
teams.
a huge pack of people with them.
Yes, they did. It's a long drive up from Santa Cruz. So why not? Oh, Bella DeBrawl, foot out of bounds, cuts the track.
Oh.
Our jam for Tryon and lead jammer as well. I think Bella thought the skate was in, but
Yep.
not according to the outside backdrop, who is staring at her feet.
Yes. It just feels like you're inbound sometimes, but you're not.
But then not so much.
I'm trying, picking up
The out of play contact.
out of play contact.
Hitting
Yes.
out of play. Can't initiate that hit. So we are on to a power jam for Bella DeBrawl, picking up speed as the pack spreads
Ooh.
out.
I'm sorry to yell on the mic like that.
That's all right.
It's a big hit by Kenny the Shark.
And a penalty for Kenny the Shark as well, presumably for the stop block.
Yeah.
Galaxy Girls now moving on to some offense. And rolling back. Here comes Tryon out of the penalty box and engaging. And another skater down.
Skater down.
Didn't see the contact and don't see the number.
Neither did I, but I think maybe she got a little something in the face.
That could be. So we are sitting now with 3:25 to go in the remainder of the game as our medics again out to help out and check. The coach is there as well.
After a really long, exhausting day, you do see the injuries start to pick up, which is unfortunate.
That it is. Has been a long day. Both of these teams' first games, but of the day, but they are always both fairly physical teams, and the games tend to get, as I said, there's a lot of emotion involved in it because these are the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the female division of the JRDA.
Mm-hmm.
And they are.
And it's just been a long day of just like watching all the derby and
preparing for the derby
Yeah,
and thinking back to
warming
last
up
month when
and-
they played again. Now they get to think forward to championships in July.
the games tomorrow.
And yes, exactly. And for both teams, the games tomorrow. But thinking in the ahead to when do we play them again? Oh,
Yes.
we get a month and a half off this time, or 2 months, I guess.
Yeah.
So the medical team again working on the pulling off the gear.
I do wonder if the medical crew, and I'm just speculating here, I know nothing about medicine, but I would think on the first day of a big tournament like this, they might be a little extra cautious and just say, you know,
Always better to be cautious than not.
particularly on the first day, like, you know, if there's an opportunity for them to play later on the third day or something, if they just sat out a few hours.
Exactly. Take extra care. Go back to the team house, relax. Back to your room, wherever. Chill and play again. Again, the Gromshells get a chunk of a break there, not playing again until tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, rather, at 6 p.m. The Seattle Derby Brats will take on Angel City at the 12:30 game right here on track 2. As tomorrow is the 3 female division games and just 2 in the open Mob City, playing Emerald at 10 o'clock and then California Mayhem versus the Cherry Bomb Brawlers at 2 p.m. And Sunday, Rose City plays twice, actually, in the juniors with California Mayhem and Angel City. And Brady O'Flyer up, shaking up but walking off the track.
That does make me happy because that is likely unlikely to be a head injury if they're going to
Let her
walk around like that.
Just kind of laughing and walking slowly.
Just needing a minute.
Clearly shaken up.
Yeah, just I think maybe she just got clocked a little in the face, and that's never a good feeling. And
no, not at all.
they're gonna take off her gear and let her just relax a few minutes over there.
3 minutes 25.
So Lil Killa with the star, Rival E set to jam for the Galaxy Girls. Galaxy Girls, 1 skater advantage in the pack, I believe. I think I see 3 blockers for the Gromshells out. Can't see the penalty box because now there's more people in the way. Lil Killa steps around the outside. Just 1 stride ahead to grab lead jammer.
And Rival E passing.
Rival E's like, yeah, well, I'm going to just roll up there.
Oh, I don't think she's gonna
make you call off the jam.
Yeah. That is what you do. If you don't pick up lead jammer, you force the call off. That is what you do.
Yes, you do.
So we're under 3 minutes here. It's the second half between the Gromshells and the Galaxy Girls.
And we've got Cerberus with the star for the Gromshells. Fist fight jamming for the Galaxy Girls. 213 to 133.
Fist fight. Really doing a great job out there, both offensively and defensively, but it's Cerberus that comes out with lead jammer for the Gromshells.
Fist fight breaks clear, 3/4 of a lap behind as Cerberus runs to the pack, calls off the jam as Santa Cruz pulling into the quick. Let's just get maybe 1 point.
Yeah, it looks like she did get 1. It was hard to see from this angle, but she did pick up 1, says the jam ref.
And we've got number 20, Bella DeBrawl, out to jam for the Galaxy Girls, and 62 trying currently with the star, but Santa Cruz going to call the timeout. Because Santa Cruz says it's not yet 10 o'clock at night. We should stretch this game out.
This is not taking enough time.
We don't want to go home and go to sleep because we got to get up for a 10 o'clock game. No.
Thank you for all the work you do this weekend and year-round.
I would like to thank Hit This Derby Gear. Hit This Derby Gear has everything you need to get rolling, from skates to protective gear and unmatched service for all your derby needs. Before you hit the track, hit this with Hit This Derby Gear. Should I read the bottom line? The bottom line on our broadcast sheet says, do not throw away. Because this is the Big O and it's a green tournament, so recycle or compost.
Right. We could use this again tomorrow.
We could. Reuse, recycle. Oh, there's nothing on the back. I made sure I hadn't missed something. So as we come out of the timeout, that will be Lil Killa with the star again for the Gromshells. Bella DeBrawl jamming for the Galaxy Girls. Minute 48 to go.
Galaxy Girls getting into it.
Seattle Galaxy girls.
That's the bench. You
Bench
can hear
cheering
on
away.
the background of our mic. And it is Bella at the front of the pack.
Kept the feet in bounds this time. Last time, of course, foot dragged out of bounds and he cut the track. And now on a power jam as the low block called.
Lil Killa has gone to the penalty box more than her coach would like to see this half. This time she goes as jammer, allowing Bella DeBrawl to put some points on the board.
A quick second 5-point scoring pass. And this time the Gromshells able to roll to the front and catch Bella. Bella bumped out of bounds but follows the foot back out. Gets the run back from one hit Wanda.
They're recycling.
There's that cube formation trying to form again, but it does look like Kitty Walls out there in the front.
Bella DeBrawl forced to the infield, had to roll back, no pack called.
No pack called.
And
wow. All kinds of slashes in the air there. And you get an out of play, and you get an out of play.
It's good to have a former ref, Biggie Talls, on the house mic because he's just calling the penalties from up there. 4 points for Bella DeBrawl. We're down to 14 minutes left in the period clock, 23 on the jam clock. A 15-4 jam at this point.
4-4. Bella looking at the clock, trying to speed it up, seeing if she can get through a few more times.
And does get at least one.
And
As there's no
looking
point,
at the coach.
no point waiting for another jam. Might as well just run this one
I
out.
know. Coach says, keep it going.
And that will run the clock out. Our unofficial final score, Santa Cruz Derby Groms 222. Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls 156.
23 points for the Galaxy girls.
Bella DeBrawl with a 23-point jam to end the game. Fairly certain that's the largest of the game for the Galaxy Girls. I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and do math, and I don't want to do that.
2 injured players for the Galaxy girls right at the very end there. They are up smiling. So for those of you who can't see from where you are in your station, they're up.
They are, yes, they did both leave under their own power, so that's good.
Yes.
We'll see how they do. I saw Brady O'Flyer holding some ice to her cheek, so
Yep.
I think you were right. Perhaps a little helmet to cheek contact. But we will call that an end to day one. Santa Cruz Gromshells, your winner. The teams have now split their 2 games of the season. And they get to look forward to maybe playing each other again in Philly in July at the championships tournament.
I really love this, that they're going out to shake hands for the officials.
It's always nice to be polite.
It is. And, you know, it's hard to be an official. Super hard to be an official.
It is true. They don't get paid any more than we do. And although the lunch was good, so
The lunch
I can't
was really
complain.
nice. And also, there was lots of coffee, and I just want to give a shout out to whoever managed to do that because it was awesome.
All right, so we'll call that a wrap on day one of the Big O tournament. We will talk to you again tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock on track 1, Bear City versus Sacramento, and on track 3, Mob City versus Emerald City. First game here on track 2 is Terminal versus Tucson.
Come back tomorrow, friends.
I am Scott Chicken,
And I'm Rippy Longstocking.
and you have a lovely evening.
It's been a pleasure.
It has.